And we are live on Christmas Eve, Jack. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monk. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, usual.
Is that a good or a bad?
I don't know.
Fair enough. I feel you. I'm still dealing with the lingering parts of this stupid-ass sinus infection and the fact that I'm fat and old and we've been walking around a lot lately. So I'm in a great mood, but my body's like, I hate you.
Yeah, I know that feeling well.
But it's okay because we're here to have some fun tonight. And our kitty there's, I believe, is Doodles is his name. Look how cute the kitty is.
That is a cute kitty.
It's a very cute kitty, and clearly has conquered his scratching post.
Well, you got to tell it who's boss.
You do. You gotta beat its ass. Anyway, before the show, thank you, Retro, for the donation or tip. The tip, in case the government's listening. Thank you, Retro. It says, Merry Christmas, Monkey and Jack. Please share with Jack. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, my friend. And Merry Christmas to you. And for the record, I say Merry Christmas. You may hear me say Happy Holidays once in a while, but if you wish me any kind of good, I'm not going to be like, how dare you say that to me? I like all goodwill pushed my way, Jack. I'm a little weird like that. I like people wishing me goodwill.
Yeah. I prefer they don't wish me ill will,
Yeah.
So, whatever deity you worship, feel free to throw me in your prayers for positivity. I don't mind. Just because I don't worship them doesn't mean I won't take their blessings.
That's right. Mr. Jack stream featuring Monkey. That's how I'm hoping it goes, because I don't know if y'all can tell it. I don't have a lot of air for speaking right now. Yeah, that's why I sound like this, is because I'm trying to catch my breath constantly.
So I should try and get you to rant, is what you're saying.
Yes. Which
sound like you're having an asthma attack in the middle of a political speech.
It won't be that hard to do because we're going to discuss Shoe's new video. Holy shit. I didn't mean to.
Now, little known.
There we go. We'll put it on her face. Did you see her new video?
Is this about the new app?
Or the Wiz app?
Yeah, the Wiz app. I keep wanting to call it the P app because there's only three things named Wiz. That's computer people, the comic book where Captain Marvel first appeared, and P.
Hey, what's up, AP? Thanks for the raid, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good Christmas out there where you are. Down there in the
Merry Christmas, AP.
The Texas place. You know what? They told us that we weren't likely to have a white Christmas, which at the time they said this was like a week ago, Jack, and we literally had mounds of snow 3 feet high. And I'm like, the weatherman's drunk. But it's been just warm enough with enough sun that it's melting all of the snow. It's still cold as balls out there. It was a balmy 35 today. But it is just enough that it is melting off all the snow. So we probably won't have a white Christmas. Which is the only day I like snow.
I think it's only acceptable to snow on Christmas or have snow on Christmas. So I agree with that, but I don't really give a shit. Since I'm not doing anything, it doesn't matter to me.
Officer Buck, thank you. Says Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, my friend. Hope you're well.
Merry Christmas.
AP ruined Christmas. What'd he do? What did AP do?
He can't ruin Christmas. He has that kind of power, but I don't believe he did.
He uses his power for good.
Yeah. He makes fun of spurgs and retards. So
now you said that you want to call this the P app, which I get your reference there with the Wiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I really do think it should be called the P app, as in the pedophile app.
Oh, I agree completely. But I didn't know if we're allowed to use that word anymore, or we're going to get in trouble for that.
Everybody else says PDF files so they don't get in trouble, but we're small enough that YouTube doesn't give a shit about us. So
it's so dumb to do that, though. It's just, you can use the word, you just have to use it in the proper context. Don't call people that unless they are one.
if you're doing videos and you're getting them approved in advance so you can have your monetization and stuff, things like saying pedophile will trip their censor for some fucking reason. You know, because we don't want
get that.
we don't want to offend the pedophiles.
Well, apparently you don't want to offend the high up billionaires that are being protected by the FBI.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. Because fuck.
Jesus Christ!
Did you see Coffee's video from tonight?
Yes, I was just asking you that. Yes, it's on his Voidzilla channel.
Oh, for
holy
God's sake.
God! I'm not surprised by anything he said, but it's disappointing to say the least. Real quick, let me grab a couple of things here. Thank you, Frank. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Frank. Got home from work a few hours ago and my Amazon package was ripped open and the contents stolen. Delivery guy didn't follow instructions and leave it at my apartment, but the mailbox main entrance instead, so I don't have it on video. Well, that figures. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Package thieves are some of the lowest scum. That's like stealing from libraries and churches, as far as I'm concerned. Or stealing children's candy.
Over on the Rumble chat, Jay Wink said, I think that's Jay, yeah. I'm okay with no snow on Christmas because I'm not a child. I don't feel judged. I'm just okay with having my childish aspects out there for the world to see.
I usually just don't care because I only go to the Chinese buffet, but it's closed now, so I can't go there anymore. So I'm not even going to leave the house on Christmas. What?
You guys don't have a Chinese buffet? I live in a tiny ass town, and even we have one.
There's a Chinese restaurant, but we don't have a buffet. It went out of business. And you have no idea how upset I am about this. This is tradition. The family moved back to China too.
Thank you, Corey, who says, if you need a break, I sent you my new cat, Monk. I will have to check that out. What was this about Coffeezilla? Coffeezilla did a video on, so the Epstein files have been released. I'm using air quotes there. And they're slow rolling it. But Coffee and a couple of the people he's working with realized that if you typed into the address bar, because they've had like 7 data sets out, and if you change the 7 to an 8, a secret 8th one was available that they hadn't actually released publicly, hadn't announced publicly, and so they found that and they jumped on it, and it has parts in there about like co-conspirators the FBI was looking at, but don't worry, they redacted all of the names.
Yeah, well, accidentally let one slip through.
I feel like this is our fault, Jack. Those of us who wanted the Epstein files released, we weren't specific enough, right? Because we didn't want the Epstein files released so that we just had a bunch of meaningless paperwork. We wanted to see the names.
Yeah, well, I mean, we said several times, you can redact the names of the victims and that's it. Everything else should be open. And that's how the law was written. Yep. So they're not even supposed to be redacting a lot of the names they're redacting. So I know that Hakeem Jeffries and Thomas Massey are drafting articles of impeachment for Pam Bondi because she violated this. But I don't think that's going to go anywhere, sadly. Real quick. Thank you again, Frank. The package was a gift I got for someone, so now I got to find something tomorrow. Gift cards. That's why I always buy just gift cards, because if you expect me to go find something for you, yeah, go fuck you. I don't have that kind of time, and you're not going to like what I buy you anyway. So just accept the gift card or cash, and we'll all be happier. You give me money, I'll be happy. You give me a gift card, I'll be fine with that if it's somewhere I go. Otherwise, you end up trading it with somebody else for a different gift card. That's it. It works great. And thank you, Frosted Glass. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Desert Fox Nick says, for enough money, you can redact anything. That's fair. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Thank you, Frosted Glass. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Frosted. I wouldn't usually donate now, but I snatched some guy's package earlier and sold it for a pretty penny. Here's your share.
Nice.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Frosted. Merry Christmas.
Jay, thank you. Says, long time no see, Monk. Merry Christmas to you and the family. Thank you so much to you and yours as well.
Indeed.
All right, we'll talk the Epstein stuff later because I do want to cover the Shoe stuff because, dear God, why would you drop this on Christmas Eve, Shoe?
Because she hates Christmas.
You know, though, actually, I'm glad she did it because hopefully parents who didn't know about this thing are going to take a look at it. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's an app called Wiz that literally some people were calling the Tinder for kids. That's
Yeah.
a real phrase they put out.
Yep.
The Tinder for the sex app for children.
Yeah, they were trying to market it as a friendship app, but when you call it the Tinder app for kids, that tells me you're trying to have kids hook up, you perverts.
Well, the whole notion of an app for kids, you might as well just call it pedobait and be done with it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're really doing. You are making an app where pedophiles can go on and pretend to be children and hook up with children who are lonely. What could possibly fucking go wrong there? Oh, by the way, lots of stuff. They had to shut down the app for a while because it had been part of sextortion scandals.
Yeah.
So these kids are having to put on their profiles, I don't send. And Shu explains that, but I didn't need it explained. I knew immediately what that meant because I'm on Twitter and I've seen what people ask for on Twitter. And you made a pedophile app. And so I just imagined that the kids were getting, the same kind of stuff. And turns out they are. They're getting pedophiles going, hey, send me your nudes. This is on an app for children, Jack.
Yeah. It seems to be mostly for like teenagers to hook up with each other, like filthy whores and pedophiles.
This is the Epstein Files, the app.
Yeah.
But it's okay because they have, and I'm not making this up, AI to make sure you are the age you say you are. And several people have tested that. And you know how they do it? Facial recognition. Shoe.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Well, the Shoe shows one girl who does it, and the girl's in her 20s, and it immediately says, no, yeah, yep, you look 16. Like, what? So, yeah, it's just a pedophile app. It's what it is. And they get shut down for sextortion because people were going on. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's when you send your nudes to somebody and they say, if you don't give me money, I'm going to spread them to everybody. And they're doing this to children. And so the app had to be shut down. And when they come back, they make this triumphant video about how they said we were done, but it was wrong. We win. You had to shut down because children were getting extorted over their naked pictures, you scum fucks. You should have made we're sorry we ever thought of this. We're going to go jump off a fucking roof now. How do you even get to that?
Well, look, if
you live in 2025 and make an app like this and not immediately think, oh yeah, pedophiles are going to use this. More like pedo date. Yes, that's exactly what this fucking app is. And there's people out there like, we need government regulation. I hear you. I really do. But is that really, we have grown ass adults out there. We're making dating apps for children. I feel like there should be a whole bunch of steps before government regulation gets involved. Like a parent kicking somebody's ass.
You would think so. This is very much Gary Plausch territory.
We get to exploit more children is not the win they think it is, but it is because they're making money off of it. Kids have to watch a whole bunch of ads, Jack, so that they can get coins, so that they can send DMs to each other. And they can use them to boost their name in the algorithm so that they get more matches. This is fucking, bro.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't been busted for profiting off of child porn.
Right? A dating app for kids.
They are distributing it. They're creating the facilitation for distribution.
Sites for sore amps, yes. It's a dating app for kids. Well, they called it the Tinder for kids. And Shoe points out, this is the very beginning of her video right after her ad. And she points out that originally Tinder was the Tinder for kids. This is something I didn't know. Tinder used to actually have a section for 13 to 17-year-olds.
Yeah, I had heard that, but I never looked into it.
I had never even heard that. That's fucking gross, and everybody involved should have went to prison.
Yep.
And that's how I feel about this Wiz app. Everybody involved should go to prison.
Well, much like the Epstein thing, this is contributing to the normalization of pedophilia, which is what a lot of degenerate weirdos seem to really want.
This is the part that bothers me about it, is I do believe that there's a whole bunch of people out there. Like, she shows the people who made the app, and it's a whole bunch of weird little nerds. And I can see them being like, man, I wish I had had friends in high school. I know, we'll make an app just for kids so that they can meet up and hang out, and then they'll have friends like I never did in school.
Yeah, because it's like a friend finder idea. I get it, but you are opening yourself up to massive liability when you do anything with children.
I don't know why you don't immediately go, oh, wait, that's going to lead to pedophiles going after the kids. This isn't like the 1920s where you get all of your news from some kid yelling on the street about what the big news of the day is. We've known about child predators online for decades now.
Yep.
It should have been your first thought to be like, ooh, wait a minute. Maybe this is a bad idea.
Well, makes me wonder if anybody that works there is on the registry.
I wouldn't be surprised. But again, I do think that most of them, at least, probably thought they were doing something good.
Yeah.
Because again, I'd go through and find it, but she only flashes it for a second. So if you look at the people who made this app, they're all pretty young, 20s maybe, and they all look like nerds. They all look like they used to get swirlies in high school. They all look like nobody would talk to them at lunch because they stank. And
then
you can tell Zuckerberg friends in high school because he's like, oh, sorry. You can tell like Zuckerberg didn't have friends in high school because of how he forced Facebook. You have to be your real self on here and be my friend because nobody would talk to me when I was a nerd in school. And you see this a lot from the nerds in school where they want to make these social groups online that you're forced to be you in. And when you're talking about with kids, yeah, you should absolutely have to prove that you're a child to be in there. But it shouldn't be on everything. If I want to be an anonymous monkey on the internet, I should be allowed to be. But nerds are like, if only people were forced to get to know me, then they would like me. Because that's what Hollywood pushes.
Yeah, that's just a lie.
I'm just going to be real with you. If you're a nerd right now in school and most people don't want to talk to you, it's you. I know we're not supposed to say that, but it's something with you. You're a little weird. You probably need to bathe more or stop talking about Star Wars or whatever your weirdness is.
Shower is the main thing.
Shower is the main thing. Learn to talk to people like a normal person. You're the weird kid because you're the weird kid. It's only in movies. It's like, no, actually, the weird kid is the super cool one. He actually has all the best ideas, and if he just brushes his hair a little different, look, he's James Dean. No, he's a fucking nerd.
Do you know how that's not true? Because that's a work of fiction.
It's a work of fiction. Stop wearing a cape to school. Yes, exactly. Now, look, I am a firm believer in UBU. I really am. But don't look, the reason people treat you like they treat you is because you are who you are. And if you don't like how they treat you, change a little bit. We shouldn't have to change. Then don't. Be lonely. I don't care. I don't know you. Is this the right Christmas message? Am I doing a good Christmas message here?
Yeah. And Jesus said unto his followers, it's okay to not be accepted if that's what you want. Otherwise, you have to adjust to fit into normal society. And go take a shower, Paul. I'm pretty sure that's an exact quote. I'm not sure. I haven't read the Bible in a while, but I'm pretty sure that's in there.
That's in the Gospel according to Assholeless.
Yeah. It's in one of the Apocrypha.
And for the record, I like nerdy stuff all growing up. But I also like a lot of non-nerdy stuff. I got along I was very popular in high school. I'm not. I judge nerds harshly because I could have been a nerd, Jack, but I was just a normal person. And if you talk to people normally, then you're mostly fine. Yes, I know there's probably one kid who was absolutely cool, but people gave him shit. Shut up. I'm talking in general here. You're weird and you deserve to be alone. A Christmas message from Ranting Monkey. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But those are the kinds of kids who grow up and then they're like, everybody should have to be my friend online. And I don't like that shit. Now, when it comes to these kind of apps for children, look, anything like this. Can you imagine, Jack, like a Chuck E. Cheese in the middle of like 1980s New York, in the bad parts of town, and nobody's paying attention, and you send your kids there alone? That's what these apps are.
Yeah.
This isn't, oh, look, it's all just going to be kids. Not to mention you do have the pervy kids who are also like, hey, can I see boobies? Because you got 14-year-old males on there. Yeah. So maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, it's not a good idea to make a dating app for children. I know that's a controversial take to have. Why is this a thing?
I don't know. Because pedophiles exist and stupid people. You combine the a bunch of pedos probably put the front money up for this. Real quick though, thank you, Evolved Potato. We have government regulations to bunny ears protect children down here. Those regulations ignore sites like Discord and Roblox that are the main places pedos go to groom children.
Yep.
The regulations will just be used as a power grab. Child safety is ignored. That's what it always is. No matter how good the intentions, as soon as the government gets it, it's a power grab.
20 minutes in and Monkey hasn't played a single clip. I wasn't actually going to watch Shoe's video. This is one of those where I just agree with her. And I really hate doing that where I'm just watching something I agree with. I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm not going to pause every 10 seconds to just go, yep, I agree, and pretend I did content.
Yeah.
I do want to point out there's a part in this video that made me laugh because she trips on a word and she just keeps going. And immediately in my brain, I thought she had a lot of trouble trying to say that, and that's the best take she got. So she just went with it. Because I've been there before. Back when I used to make videos, there are videos out there you can find where I fuck up words, and it was left in on purpose because it was the best take I could get.
Oh, we all do it. Anybody that's ever made a video has done that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just never noticed they did it.
Sometimes your brain and your mouth just won't work together, and whatever phrase it is won't come out. And I forget what hers was in this one, but then at the very end of the video, she actually plays her trying to get that phrase right. I was like, I fucking knew it. I just recognized it, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, I have that problem with names all the time. So I just continue on. Like, I know I fucked it up. I just keep going.
I've gotten so much away from caring about that because I do it live so often. And
yeah,
you don't get 100 takes live to where you can try to fix it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't say it. We're moving along.
Like I got a buddy who said he always got corrected for Louisville, and he said I don't have enough marbles to jam into my mouth to say it correctly. And he's not wrong because they always say, no, it's not Louisville, it's Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, I'm not going to stuff a bunch of cotton in my mouth or marbles to say your stupid backward ass way of saying it wrong. Just like Nolans. No, it's New Orleans. Look at the spelling. Nolans. There's no A in there.
Oh, wait, I did
Who
find...
should be trapped inside of a crystal for 1,000 years. So who are the geniuses behind Wiz? Let's take a look. Oh.
There you go. Yeah, these are all people who got beat up in high school.
Yeah, but oh man, that unfortunate lady in the far left on the second row.
Right, yeah, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, honey. But that bottom row looks like I would run a background check on all of them, and that dude in the third row with the mustache on the right.
These people look like they use the official D&D rules and make sure everybody can have a wheelchair if they want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Although the dude in the button-up shirt in the back probably is a second edition guy.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that hardcore look. Yeah, they all look like they play D&D.
Yeah, and talk about it publicly.
Yeah.
Like, they go on a first date and like, well, what are your hobbies? Well,
you want to hear about my character? No, nobody wants to hear about your character or the campaign you're playing, dude. Ever. Stop. Nobody wants to. D&D is like Fight Club. Don't talk about it. That's the first rule and only rule. Don't talk about it. I would rather talk about masturbation than talk to a woman that I'm interested in about D&D.
Yeah, these are people who all use City Bike, but for some reason they have keychains with their 10-sided die on it.
I suspect nobody here stands to pee.
No.
I bet most of these guys have a shirt that say "I'm a safe person," and tell that to women. Like I'm safe. I just want to let you know that.
You know what does bother me about this? I mean, besides the whole thing in general, but this picture specifically, there are 4 women here, and not one of you went, "This might be predatory."
Well, I'm sure all the guys assured them that there was nothing wrong with that. Here, take this drink I made for you.
This looks like Roofy the movie, if I'm being honest. You got these 4 chicks and all these nerds there, and yeah, I guarantee you they bring their own drinks for safety.
I would, but yeah, man, I'm shocked that none of these people are in any kind of investigation because they should be getting investigated. Maybe they're former teachers.
Well, that was my other thought when I was watching this, because I forget what Shoe says, but something about who the app is really aimed at. And I was like, sounds like a teacher app, if I'm being honest. Because how many times have we seen that? Although it does seem that the teachers prefer Snapchat with their kids, which is kind of gross in and of itself. Hey, teachers, stop banging kids. I shouldn't have to tell you that.
Yeah.
Maybe the women wanted to be teachers. Yeah. I just don't understand. Look, Jag, this doesn't affect me. I'm a 50-year-old man. But I have granddaughters who one of them will be in the age range that this app was meant for, 13 to 17, guys. Very soon, in a few years. And the fact that you have idiots like this who think it would be a good idea for my granddaughter to get on there and let a pervert talk to them. This is why parents, please pay attention to what your kids are doing. And if it seems fishy at all, just shut that shit down. How many of these apps and games and stuff directed at kids have never had a controversy with a pedophile?
I would guess it would be a negative number because I bet there's apps in development that have problems with predators.
Grandpa doesn't want to have to kill someone. You're damn right. There was a 13-year-old girl pretending to be a 15-year-old girl who had a 23-year-old who was pretending to be a 16-year-old boy show up at her house. So if we do the actual ages, a 23-year-old went to meet a 13-year-old. But it's okay. He thought he was meeting a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that doesn't make it better.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It might up the charge based on which state he's in.
True.
But you're gonna have children lie about being older. It's just a thing kids do. But even within this app, all of them are supposed to be underage. So there's no reason for anybody who's over age to be on this fucking app.
It was funny when she was talking about the age verification process. She showed one of the guys that tried to age verify, and he is like clearly in his 40s, and he passed.
Yeah, he looks like James Cameron when he was directing Titanic.
Yeah.
He did not look young at all. He had white fucking hair and a beard. Thank you.
13-year-olds, they look like that.
Thank you, Officer Bug. Hey, Monk, if you're looking for a bit of a laugh, look up the indigenous superhero whose name I can't Snapchat, but the initials are BBB. Big, beautiful Bertha? I don't know what that is. I'll look it up.
I'm on it.
I just really don't get how adults are dumb enough to do something like this. And seriously, guys, their age verification is just putting your face in front of your phone and they go, yeah, you look young enough. That's some excellent work you guys are doing there. Excellent work. And again, I just want to point out, these people have already had to shut down. There we go. They've had to shut down once because of sextortion. They had to redo their app because kids were getting blackmailed over the nudes they were sending to pedophiles. Oh, sorry. I know. There's going to be somebody out there. Actually, it's a hebephile. Now they're fucking pedophiles. We're not splitting hairs. It's a pedo app, and it shouldn't exist. And Shoe, I'm glad you made this video. I really am. But did you really have to drop it on Christmas? You couldn't have waited like 3 days, get it after Christmas?
No.
I did not need to see Pedo the app right before Christmas. Anything you want to add about the Pedo app, Jack?
It's disgusting, and I hope if these people looked the other way on anything involving grooming, they should all go to jail.
Oh, absolutely. I'm willing to just send everybody involved with that app to jail on principle alone. I know, innocent until proven guilty and all that, but nah, bruh. Let's bring up coffee for our Epstein talk here. Jack, where is the relevant stuff? Yeah, here we go. So this is what we were talking about at the top of the show there, where they accidentally released these. They didn't release them. They just put them where they were accessible. And, internet people being internet people went, I wonder, all of these are named the same. I wonder if I just change this number, if I can see something else. And that's what they did. And in this thing,
I
here,
don't think it was that complicated. I think it was like, wow, the government's pretty incompetent. Let's see how this works.
Same thing in this case. But this is an email that was sent. I love that this whole thing, like the from and to is redacted. Why? You can't even claim that you're doing that because you're afraid of embarrassing people. You know what I mean? This is emails that our government sent to each other. People that work in our government sent to each other. And like, oh, better not tell who said this. Why did that part need redacted?
I don't know.
And this is one of the problems with redactions in our government. Look, I want everything released. And I'm not even talking about the Epstein files here. I mean, literally all government communication I should be able to look at any point. I don't see why it's hidden from us. And when they do finally release stuff, they redact it like this. Like the to and from are redacted on this. That is a level of asininity that didn't even need to be written into the Congress, the bill for this. The agents in charge, it's not like we're going to think they're the pedophile, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I just found what that super chat was referring to.
What is it?
And it's Blackie Brown.
Oh, somebody had said that in chat. I thought they were joking.
No, it's a new Aboriginal superhero. It's like a stage thing. It's very weird. By the way, it's Pyrus's birthday. Pyrus's sister birthday.
Oh, give us a name. Give us a name, man. So in this one,
Christina.
It's an email that mentions 10 co-conspirators that the FBI was looking at.
Cash Patel assured us there were no co-conspirators, Bunky.
Well, the definition of co-conspirator here, how do I want to put this? It's all reliant on Federal Rules of Evidence 801. Fuck, I knew this a few minutes ago. Something D, what is it? D2E. That's what it is, D2E. And it comes from another email where they say, hey, by the way, when this is in front of the grand jury, because of the judge's ruling based on these rules of evidence, we're going to refer to you as a co-conspirator. And all it means is that the federal rules of evidence that are in play here are about hearsay. And there's exceptions to hearsay, and that's what this is. And it's that the accuser is saying that person A told them that person B was involved in the conspiracy. So there's not actual, from what we can see in these so far, proof of actual co-conspiracy. It's based on what would otherwise be considered hearsay. I know it's confusing, but I just want to be clear on what we're talking about here. None of this stuff has the smoking gun in it. Maybe if they'd give us the fucking names, we could find it. Maybe, because there is a part where, like in this one here, they mention a dude in Ohio.
Yeah.
A wealthy businessman in Ohio. Well, his name is unredacted elsewhere. It's
yes.
Wexman or whatever his name is.
Les Wexner, who is a billionaire, founder of Victoria's Secret, Forever 21, a couple other big name brands that you would know. Like this guy is a major player in the state of Ohio. He has buildings named after him all over Columbus.
Thank you. This is Kyle. After Shoe's video, what happened then? Well, in chat, they say, Monkey's faith in humanity shrank 3 sizes that day. True.
Indeed.
True.
Do you want to hit the birthday song before we go
Christina,
further?
Sure. Christina, it's your birthday, and around here we do this. And a 1. It was Christina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a 1. And a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christina. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good one and a good Christmas.
Indeed. Please ignore anything that happens before or after that song.
So yeah, let's see. 10 co-conspirators. 3 were in Florida and served grand jury subpoenas. 1 in Boston, 1 in New York City, 1 in Connecticut. 4 of the 10 are outstanding. They couldn't get the subpoenas to them. 1 is a wealthy businessman in Ohio. That's the dude from Victoria's Secret. That guy's a perv, it turns out. Weird.
Huh.
The other guy whose name in other parts of this isn't redacted, I forget his name, but he's dead.
Yeah.
He's a dead pedophile, and they're like, well, we can use his name.
Well, he was a known pedo too. Like he died with already having been exposed.
So with things like that, it makes me wonder, because like, that dude's a pedophile. And you were looking at these other people as possibly in on this, including things in here where somebody's talking about how they got girls for Epstein, and Epstein actually turned one of them down because she was young enough. Apparently he ID'd to make sure they were young enough. This is all in these fucking papers. But she was too dark. He was apparently a racist pedophile.
I mean, just when you think the guy can't get any more evil, you add racism onto it.
And that's actually the wording he uses. I don't like him dark. Like, wow.
There was one of the things where he specifically said no yellows.
Yeah, this guy's look, I don't believe he killed himself, but I would like to know who did it so I can, shake their hand.
Yeah, I mean, pedophiles aren't real people. So, real quick, thank you, Circus Zero. You have to watch ads to earn coins to DM. So, how isn't that a violation of COPA? You noticed something, and we're not supposed to notice these things, but it's absolutely a violation of that. I don't know, man. I don't know how these people aren't in jail.
It's not a violation of COPA because you don't have to watch the ads and get the coins to use the app. It's a technicality. That's all.
I'm sure a crafty federal prosecutor could find a way to hit these retards, though. So it's just a matter of wanting to. But as we've seen, our government protects pedos. So
now, look, we still, I mean, there's no list of names that Epstein kept. That kind of stuff still hasn't come out. But we do see who the government was looking. Well, we know the government was looking at people. We don't get to see who those people were.
Well, we know they interviewed some of these people, and they were trying to do grand jury work. So there was, at least at one point, an effort to pursue co-conspirators.
This is a response to another thing where they list a whole bunch of people that they met with. This is where they actually out Wexner, and where's the other guy's name? It's in here somewhere.
He gets with a B.
Maxwell's name is mentioned in here. I am shocked that they put Wexner's name in here.
I'm surprised. I think that this is unfinished for redactions because these guys found it before it was publicly released.
The other possibility there is that they're like, extremely wealthy guy hanging out with Epstein from Ohio. Pretty short list.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might be right too. But I mean, this one already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 redactions in it.
Yeah. Dangerous people were saying that you could copy and paste because it's like the layers are different. There's like a separate layer for the redactions. I don't know how to do that. I don't have a copy of Adobe. You probably need the professional version of Adobe Acrobat for that. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Are they releasing these as Adobe files?
Yeah, they're PDFs.
Okay.
Yeah, and people are saying there's a way to get around it. It hasn't worked for everybody, so I think you need the full version of Reader to do it, because that's the one that lets you open PDF files, not the freeware version. And as far as I can tell, everybody that hasn't been able to do it is using freeware.
Yeah, I have the Creative Cloud. I could do all of that. Anyway, this is stupid. I don't understand why any of it's redacted. Look, if the guys didn't do anything wrong, then just go, yeah, I knew Epstein. Trump gave a speech about this where well, it wasn't a speech. It was a press conference, and they asked him about it. And he goes, It's going to be a lot of people who are associated with him and they knew nothing about it and didn't do anything. And you know what? That's fair. It's absolutely fair. And that's what you say, because there's a reporter for the New York Times. I don't want to guess the name. He wrote a story about how he wasn't going to get involved in I don't care about the Epstein thing. And it turns out there's a picture of him with Epstein. Now, he's at an event that Epstein had. And according to the New York Times, not that I believe them, this is the one and only time he ever met Epstein in person. And maybe that's true. Maybe it's true. Doesn't look good with his "I don't really care about the Epstein thing" article he decided he just had to write. You know what I mean? That's kind of icky.
A little suspect.
A little sus.
Yeah, it definitely piques the radar a bit. Like, I understand some people not wanting to cover this because it is a very uncomfortable topic, and you're likely going to step on some toes of major people, but this is important. Powerful people that influence our entire world are touching kids, getting away with it because of their political power.
Holy shit. Thank you. What is that? What is NT? Chauncey, thank you. I'm sorry to bring anyone's Christmas spirit, I'm guessing, down. I had to put my precious dog to sleep this morning. However, I enjoy listening to Monkey and Jack live streams because they brighten my day. I'm sorry to hear about your pup, man. That sucks. You guys know how I feel about my cats, man. And how I feel about my animals. I'm sorry to hear that, especially at Christmas time. That sucks.
Yeah.
I really hope he didn't suffer. I really do.
Yeah, he's at peace now. He's running through the yard of the Lord. But yeah, don't let it bring you down, man. Things will get better. Be okay.
Yeah, compared to my aunt sending me her Christmas card telling me she's decided not to have any treatment for her cancer and is just entering hospice, your pup dying doesn't really bring me down that much. Yeah, that's my world today, Jack.
Wow.
Yeah. My favorite aunt, too. My one that I've mentioned before. She's the nicest woman in the world. I get why she's not doing it. She's old and she's already been through it. Her cancer came back. But it sucks, man, because fuck cancer. Can we just say that right now? Fuck cancer. Yeah. That's my Christmas wish, is that we stop spending money on stupid shit like, letting dogs get their face eaten off by bugs and start actually trying to get rid of cancer. How about that?
How about an actual cure instead of treatments?
Yeah. But anyway, and please,
Taiwan dollar. Oh.
I wasn't actually trying to bring anybody down with that. She's in good spirits. She's a very religious person, Jack. So for her, she's going home.
Yeah.
But she's lived a long, good life. She's got tons of children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. She's a wonderful woman. And when she passes, I promise you, I'll be very sad. But today is not that day.
Of course. Yeah.
It happened so suddenly. Oh, man, that's over 10 days. Yeah, when last time we had a cat, we had cats before we got Phoebe. Things happened, and yeah, we lost almost all of our. We had 4 cats at the time, and they were all dead within a month.
Oh,
it was sad. Let's rename cancer to baby so the left tries to eliminate it. Fair. Cures don't make money, treatments do. True.
Yeah, that's all they care about, which is why we don't have a cure. I think they have a cure and they're sitting on it because there's no money in it.
First Christmas without dad, fuck cancer.
Yeah, this is my second Christmas without dad, my first one without mom. And we're not doing family Christmas because my uncle is diagnosed with dementia.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
Advanced dementia. He wanders off kind of dementia. So
I didn't tell the audience about this, but my father-in-law was delirious the other day, and he's getting up there in age, so of course that's where my mind went. But he just was running a really bad fever. He's home from the hospital today, Jack. He finally got to come out of the hospital after a 3-day stay.
oh, good.
Yeah. They got everything under control, and now he's just at home being his normal ornery self.
Oh, see, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, my day is brightened already. Yeah, let's get back to talking about pedophiles. Oh, God. What a horrible Christmas show. What a horrible Christmas show. You guys deserve better, but you got me. All right.
Yeah, this
so
is what you got, suckers.
Back to this cancer. Look, I do think there's people who are using this for political reasons, and every fucking Democrat who's talking about this can go fuck themselves. Every one of them. Because you assholes didn't do shit to get this released. When Biden was in charge, you had every opportunity to do it, and you didn't do shit. You are only doing this because you think you can embarrass Trump. Fuck all of you. That said, everybody who's still redacting this shit, go fuck yourselves. I hope you have a horrible Christmas. I hope bad things happen to you until this is released properly.
This is a violation of the law that was passed. You're not supposed to be protecting anyone except victims. And they're doing this for the rich people, the people that it could look bad. And it's a bunch of bullshit. And if somebody doesn't get fired or preferably thrown in jail for this, then it's not going to change because they know they could get away with it. And I do think this is absolutely going to fall on Pam Bondi's lap. And maybe the next administration, if it's a Democrat one, will try and imprison her. They could definitely impeach her for it. But this is violation of the law. So Trump signed the law. You don't have to exactly blame Ro Khanna and Tom Massey for this. Trump signed this, and a lot of people voted for it. Stop protecting pedophiles.
Circus Zero, thank you so much. The mood already heavy, waiting to find out if my wife has cancer. I sincerely hope she doesn't, my friend.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry to hear that.
You could cover Paul's beatdown monkey. That makes everyone smile.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it was wonderful to watch.
Oh, Jake Paul and Andrew Tate losing fights in back to back. That was great.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly on the last show, though. In this case, they can try to impeach Bondi, and that's fine. They'll get a lot of right wingers who are on their side with it, but I don't think they're going to be able to impeach her. This needs to go through the courts at this point. It's the way the system works.
Yeah, the FBI and the DOJ are absolutely running interference for some reason. I don't know exactly why. I have plenty of theories, but
do you want to know the truth about why? Because this is how the government releases everything.
Yeah.
This is how it's always done. And like in the first screen we saw of this, they blacked out the name of the person who sent it and who received it. Neither of them are accused of being anything.
Or are they? They
were the ones doing the investigation. And they're like, oh, you can't know who had that conversation. That's national security. The Russians will win the Cold War if you know that.
Yeah. That's major news.
Yeah, I know there's going to be people who want to assign more nefarious stuff to it, but it's really not. It's that these people think that they are so goddamn important that everything they do is just the most secretive stuff ever. You can't know what we know. It's the guy who sent the email, for fuck's sake. You can't know that Tom sent that to Bob, man, because that's how the terrorists win.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me if there was some information about Epstein selling blackmail material to other countries or something like that. or he had ties to foreign intelligences. That would surprise me, but I really think it's mostly the fact that the people that work at the government are assholes and they're incompetent.
I mean,
And
it's
they hate us. They think they're better than we are.
It's very similar to situations where like somebody will be called before Congress and they're like, well, I can't talk about that. It was a conversation I had with the president. That's executive privilege. Like we asked you what you guys talked about on the baseball game you were watching. Like, executive privilege. You can't, I got to be able to, speak freely at all times.
His love of the Padres is national security interest.
Yeah. I mean, it's annoying that our government does this. The original concept behind it was actually protecting that. So like you'll see things where a Republican comes out of the White House, a Democrat goes in, and the Congress is like, let's go after that Republican, and the Democrat president like, we're gonna fight that executive privilege on their behalf. And it's to protect it for all presidents, not partisan, right?
Yeah.
And that has become, we don't have to tell you anything ever, which is definitely not how it's supposed to work.
No, and look, people elected Trump to be a reformer for, in some regards anyway, for draining the swamp of this type of stuff. And all we've seen from the DOJ and FBI has been more swamp behavior.
Well, fuck, Trump's has been. I'm just going to be honest with you here. His press conference yesterday or today, whenever that was, where he's talking about, some people could get caught up in this. He specifically says that he likes Bill Clinton, and it's kind of fucked up that he's getting drugged like this. Bro, you brought the woman who accused him of raping her to your debate with Hillary. I get it. If somebody's being wrongly maligned, fine. But is there anybody out there who doesn't think Bill Clinton touched a child here?
I like being alive. I'm not sad. So I think he's an upstanding gentleman. Not Judge Wink Wink Cough Cough Hint Hint. Know what I mean?
Everybody who was still associating with this motherfucker after the 2008 conviction can go fuck themselves. Every one of them. Oh, I didn't know. All right, you know what? If you just met Jeffrey Epstein and they're like, hey, we got a plane, we can take you to California because your kid's having a procedure or something, fine. But that's not any of these people. They all know who Epstein was. They just didn't care because he could do things for them because he had a bunch of money.
Yep.
And for some of them had access to little girls. Trump's full of shit sometimes. I've tried warning y'all that Trump isn't the hero you think he is, that he is a politician. And he's go ahead, Jack.
No, this is going to be a massive asterisk on his legacy.
I get that Trump has been drug over this, and I don't think Trump touched any children here. I don't.
No.
He cut ties with Epstein before the conviction. That's not something that Bill Gates can say. It's not something Bill Clinton can say. None of these fuckers cut ties with except Trump, and they're trying to do that. And I get Trump being like, hey, look, it's kind of like what Andrew Tate tried to do. Like, look, they tried to silence me like they tried to silence Trump. Different scenarios, asshole.
Very, yeah.
What they're trying to do to Trump is different than what they're doing to Clinton because, well, there's a picture of Clinton sitting with one of the victims on his fucking lap.
Yeah,
there's one of them in a hot tub.
It's a lot more questionable with Billy Boy there, and considering his record of sexual grievance, shall we say, it's a lot more believable with Clinton. I don't know how else to say it. His rapiness
Yeah.
kind of contributes to the fact that he has low impulse control and would be the type of person that would have sex with teenage girls.
The chances of Bill not touching children is the same as me ever finding a woman with standards low enough to date me. Don't sell yourself short. I've been watching a lot of murder porn in my off time here, Jack. Wow, some of those ladies.
Oh, there's world's full of interesting, crazy women.
I watched one. I'm going to take this off the screen because it's just going to piss me off more. I watched one yesterday where this 40-year-old woman helps a dude kill her 40-year-old husband, and the guy is a 21-year-old who looks older and is fatter than her husband. And I was like, but you're supposed to trade up, ladies. You're not supposed to just trade.
Well, if you're trying to find somebody to kill your husband.
Trump is a speed bump for the Democratic Party. We're fucked. Oh yeah, let me assure you guys, all the things Trump has fought against are going to come back in massive force because of the Epstein stuff.
Yep. And they're likely going to win the midterms at the minimum. And when they get back in office and fully control Congress and the presidency again, you better buckle in. It's going to get nutso.
Yep. It's probably just because he gave her attention. No, kind of. She was a horrible person. I mean, she was involved in the murder of her husband. There's just weird women out there, man. I mean, how many of those teachers have we seen that are perfectly lovely looking women, but they're banging 12-year-olds because the 12-year-old winked at her once? I don't understand it, honestly. Libido of a 21-year-old. Who? Bill? I forget who it was that said it. Said the one person we know that Bill never touched was Hillary. True. My point being looks were not a factor in that case. Yeah, I hear you. My point was that women don't care about how we look. The 21-year-old's libido. It wasn't even that, because from the story, it's not like they were having problems in the bedroom area. It was one of these things. She wanted to kill her husband to get his life insurance money, which she got and then spent, and she totally didn't even know it was there. You'll find in these cases a lot of times these women, in her case, we don't know that she had tried before, but a lot of times they hit several guys trying to get them to kill their man.
Yeah. They're trying to find a guy who can be controlled by the power of the puss.
Yes, that's all it is. And it doesn't matter what they look about or what they look like, because it's the means to their end.
Yeah. Younger guys are more likely to fall for it because they easily get hypnotized by vagina.
Men get easily hypnotized by even not the vagina, man. Just like the woman smiled at him and he's like, I'll do whatever you say. At least hold out for the vagina.
Yeah, and some money. Yeah. You don't even have to kill the guy. Just go tattle to the cops. Like, get a couple grand as like a service fee, and then go tell the police. And don't tell them about the money.
Oh, what else is going on in the world today? Oh, I want to address this picture real fast and put it on the screen. Several people tried to shame me for my translucent white skin. Have I ever claimed anything else, Jack?
No, you've always said that you're a white fella.
I am,
even though you have native blood.
Not just white, pasty white. Like the sun will burn me if I even see it in a picture.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah,
this is Phoebe's artwork on my arm from the other day that I mentioned, where she drew a dick on me.
Did she have a little beret on and say, "You are my canvas"?
And I want to point out again, those are teeth marks. Those are not scratches. Those are not from her claws. Those are from her teeth. That's how rough she plays, Jack.
Hey, your cat's mean.
Well, when cats play with each other, they have that fur that helps them, so if they get bit, it's not as bad. There's some cushion.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand that I don't have that.
It doesn't understand or doesn't care.
Potato, potato,
Yeah.
That is dead, kitty. Never. Cats are autistic. Cats are single-minded of purpose.
Yeah, I've never seen a cat play with Legos. So
No. Hey, I play with Legos.
And you're autistic.
I'm a very good driver.
I don't have any Legos.
You know what actually is more autistic and fun than Legos is Magnetiles.
Magnetiles are pretty awesome. I'll give you that one.
Magnetiles are like, even when I build with Legos, I typically build like square buildings and shit.
Yeah.
But it's all you can actually do with Magnetiles, because one wrong move and the whole goddamn thing collapses. So you just build a square.
Yeah.
And I will sit there for hours playing with the girls, just building squares, collapsing it, and rebuilding it again. Magnetiles are also the most fun toy to put away, because all you do is run them over each other and they collect. It's awesome. I love it. Apex Algorithm, thank you. Good morning, Monk, Jack, and chat. It's my birthday tomorrow. May I have a birthday song? Hope you have a very Merry Christmas and New Year. Well, Jesus, absolutely. See what I did there? Apex, this one's for you, my friend. And a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Apex Algorithm guy.
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy birthday and a Merry Christmas. We got Jesus in the chat, man. I feel like that's a good sign.
Do you say Merry you miss then?
Oh, that's a good question. Heading out. Have a good one, Pirates. Take care, my friend. Merry Christmas. It's already Christmas Eve here, so happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Pirates.
It's Christmas Eve here too, Dangerous. For almost everybody listening. No bullshit of this is your birthday and Christmas present. If you're a poor family, I get that. If you're a poor family, do you try to have your kid on Christmas just to save money?
That's a good question.
I would. I'd be like, okay, we can only hump in March. That way we don't have to, give them too many presents. But if you're well off or something, you better be giving your kids presents for both. Look, I grew up poor. I understand the whole poor thing. My birthday was in the between paydays. That sucked. My brothers always got better birthdays than I did. But I understood it because we were a poor family, and I was never resentful of it. It's just the way on the 12th, one in January, one in May. I paid 3 days. Oh, I'm back. Both my brothers were born on the 12th.
Yeah, you're back.
Different months, but the same day, which was 3 days before Dad got paid. So they always had their birthday a couple of days later and had really nice birthdays. It sucked. My mom had me 20 minutes into the day after Christmas. She was in labor all Christmas. Does your mom hate you? But your parents knew you were you. I doubt I was an accident. Or I doubt it was an accident. I was an accident. I promise you that. My brothers are New Year's birthdays. As twins, they kind of do that. I guess so. No, I hated her, apparently. Oh, God. Yeah. I don't even know.
I was like 20 some days late. So.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. We've hit the 4 o'clock mark. It's time for Monkey's internet to go crazy. We get the kitty cat. Everybody having a good Christmas Eve? Jalacmus. Lincoln Logs. Oh, I hated those things. When people say Merry Xmas, I assume that the X-Men are having a party. Yeah, it does sound like they're talking about the X. Oh, I'm all alone. Going out with friends in an hour. Nice. Imagine a birthday with a month on either side. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Oh, happy birthday, Zan. As soon as Monkey's back, we'll do a song. That's right, Assassin. No, I am in command. Wahahaha. Like, share, and subscribe. Exactly, Brandon. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. If you're feeling generous, you can toss us a couple bucks at the Streamlabs link pinned at the top of the chat and in the description. Make sure you check out our other channels linked below, as well as our Teespring stores and Patreons. I'm doing pretty good, Jared. How you doing? Do I need to post photos of the brutality of what my cats have done to me? I don't think you do. You have quite a few. Oh, thank you, Dixie. That's nice of you to say.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, welcome back. Zan re-upped membership there, so we got a birthday song.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Zan, thank you for becoming a member for month number 5. It is a 55th anniversary of my appearance. I want my song. Zan, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Zan.
Happy birthday, dear Zan.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. I hope you have a good one. I really, really do. Hassan for lolcow of the year. I could see that. There have been a lot of them this year. Hassan has just been the most talked about. It's actually funny watching him right now. He is so crashing out over. This was supposed to be his year. He spent a lot of money. Totally didn't, guys. Totally didn't. But he spent a lot of money trying to make his name mainstream. And in doing so, all he did was bring more people to hate him.
Yeah, because he's an unlikable twat.
Yeah. Who has said some really horrific things.
Oh, absolutely. But he doesn't think they're horrific. Plus, the dog shocking scandal has haunted him ever since because it hit right in the middle of his PR campaign.
Yep. And he, I'm sorry, I just looked at the kitty on the screen really closely, and it's got the white around the eyes almost identical to Phoebe's. If you put a big mane on this cat, it would look like Phoebe. Anyway, I'm sorry. Not only that, trying to cross over into mainstream where every article about you is streamer isn't helpful, because your normies, the ones he's trying to cross over to, see that streamer thing and go, oh, I don't care about that at all. He's not on any major news network. The closest he's got is when the New York Times absolutely destroyed him in their interview. And that guy was on Hassan's side.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Hassan is a particularly intelligent man, and
He's
he
not.
makes a lot of very amateur hour mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not surprising.
The chance of actually crossing over like that are pretty slim, which is what makes him attempting it so funny. What he should have been doing is cultivating just his online audience.
Yeah.
But a lot of these shitbag streamer folks, they want to cross over. That's why he went to his Diddy party. I
Yeah.
mean, because I got to go to a Diddy party. And then it comes out Diddy's kind of a scumfuck creep. And he's like, no, I never went to one. And they're like, but here's where he said, oh, yeah. Yeah, because Hassan didn't remember he went to a Diddy party.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
I forgot. All that lubricant made me forget.
Now, I forget who it was. I think it was Gigi who said iDubbbz has their vote for Lol Cow of the Year. I could definitely see that one because he's had a much bigger fall. Hassan
His fall was dramatic.
Yeah, Hassan, for all that he's been through this year, self-induced, he's still actually doing pretty good in the space. I mean, he's still making bank. iDubbbz is living in his in-laws' basement, making less money than we do.
Yeah, and that's pretty impressive since we have a minuscule fraction of the people subscribers that he does. Like your channel is big by my standards, but compared to iDubbbz,
it's nothing. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's no slight against us, but when we're doing better than iDubbbz, like I've watched his streams for as long as that guy's been around in his subscriber count, he is awful at streaming.
Well, there's a big difference between streaming and video.
Yeah.
And not everybody can do it. It looks easy because the people who do it are good at it. And, okay, not all, because I find Hassan to be very boring.
Oh yeah. Well, he's dumb. That's why.
And I'm not even talking about when he gets up and leaves. When he's actually talking, even if until he says something so stupid that it's like we have to make fun of that. The rest of what he says is so pedestrian and his delivery sucks.
Yeah, he's not fun to listen to. He's not interesting. He's not really smart, so he's not conveying any like grand message or knowledge to you. He's just sort of talking.
Yeah.
And I don't find that interesting. There's a lot of people with really high sub counts that are like that. Usually they don't make it that far. But like a lot of them used to do videos, so I guess you got a really good point there. But I don't know. iDubbbz is just so desperate, and he's gone so woke. I don't know what he's doing, but he doesn't seem to have any kind of plan. At least Hassan seems to like kind of have some vague idea of what he's going to talk about.
Well, with Hassan, I mean, a lot of the times it's just him reading off the news or repeating the same stupid shit he said 100 times to an audience who really wants to hear it.
Yeah.
iDubbbz went from being counterculture when he first comes up, because that's what it was when he's making his content, Cops. He was going after big people on the internet. Leafy, Rice Gum, they were big at the time. And then he decides he's going to morph into politics because he got mad that his wife got made fun of.
Yeah. Tell me your wife didn't convince you to do it without telling me your wife convinced you to do it.
I get standing up for your wife, absolutely, but
sure,
he got so mad at people calling him a cuck over her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
What he should have done is just ignored it.
That would have been the smart play. Was she actually getting plowed by other people, or was it just the fact that she was showing her vag to everybody?
She was just showing her vag to everyone.
That's not even real cuckoldry then.
At the time, iDubbbz had made a video before making fun of OnlyFans girls, so he was very hypocritical about it.
Yeah.
And what he should have done what Jim did when he finally started taking donations when Medicare, because Medicare broke with the anti-SJWs, the Sargons and them over donations. That's what really kicked all that. Like, you guys were just doing this shit for money.
Yeah.
And then he needed money. He's like, well, I'm going to start doing this. And he went over the top on it. Buy a hat for your hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he turned it into a joke, which is what he does. Like, the dude's a genius. Say what you will about Medicare. That guy knew how to market himself.
Yeah. Which is what iDub should have done. If he was going to talk about it at all, just go whole hog with it. But instead, he clearly got offended.
What he could have done was gone on one of his wife's videos, one of her OnlyFans videos, and just been in the background or something if he's not actually going to plow her on video. But then he could have kind of sent a message of your words mean nothing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have that kind of imagination. Like, he can't get past his own hang-ups.
Going on with him and Ethan.
Sorry.
And then he decides he's going to go actually into politics, and the guy knows nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about politics. He's kind of a tard, if we're being honest. Speaking of kind of a tard about politics, Asmongold, let's discuss him for a minute.
Absolutely.
Look, this is one of those times where it's like, I don't have to like the person to say that they're right, and that's how I feel about Asmongold when it comes to him and Hassan. Oh, is it me again? Sorry. Hello.
I don't know. It's
here?
one of us.
Oh. Anyway, Asmongold has recently been talking, like the other day he came out and said that one of the biggest causes of anti-Semitism is Israel. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's people talking about Israel who want you to hate Israel. I'm gonna ask you guys to be serious just for a second. How has Israel affected you today? Exactly. About the same as Ethiopia has affected you today, or South Africa, or Zimbabwe. It's entirely irrelevant. But they decided to make a big case over how the Israelis responded to October 7th. I can't believe they were so absolutely unhinged in their response to, the death and rape and baby killing.
Those monsters.
And so you have a whole bunch of idiots like Hassan who are out there going, do you know what Israel did today? No, I don't. I really don't.
I don't really care either.
I don't know what France did today. I don't know what England did today.
Yeah, don't really care either.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested in what the British are doing because I love the Brits.
If any country was getting the amount of scrutiny that Israel is right now, everybody would be, I can't believe what France is doing. But nobody's doing that to France. They're doing, well, except for Candace, I guess. They're doing it to Israel. So that's why people are pretending they care about Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Israel isn't even that, we don't give them as much money as people seem to think. I don't know. Britain is way more important to us. So is Australia, for that matter. They're our major trading partners. Israel is very peripheral to the United States.
But people running around like we hate Israel because of Israel. What'd they do? They killed babies in hospitals. Where? There was a J dam and
I heard it whizzing. I know the sound.
It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And that's not to say you can't have problems with Israel. If you actually know what's going on over there, fine. But don't tell me Asmongold knows the deep dive on what Israel does on a day-to-day basis. Like, he could name 5 of their leaders right now. Get fucked. Tell me the policy that they recently passed, Asmon. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
So while Asmund may be right on some things, anytime he starts to actually try to dive into real stuff, he just sounds so stupid.
Well,
And-
he's very new to this, and it shows.
Yes. He is having his awakening, and it's really not something you want recorded, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
As you're learning stuff. So yeah, Asmund, stop talking politics. I know you kick Hassan's ass in politics, but seriously,
it's not hard.
Beating up the retarded kid is not hard at all.
No,
and
yeah.
Nothing to brag about if we're being honest.
It reminds me of that episode of It's Always Sunny where Mac and Charlie beat up those kids.
Yes.
Over the bikes. Yeah. That's what I think of when I think of Asmongold. I picture him as Mac holding up that little kid, and the kid is the son. Like, yeah, you're beating his ass, but really not the look you think it is.
Here is Corey's new kitties. Look at the kitty cats.
Aw. Oh, they're adorable.
They really, really are. Jack, I was watching an old video. It was over a year old, and I didn't realize it when I first started watching it. I forget the channel name. I'll have to look it up. But it was talking about why the Acolyte failed. But that's not what got me started watching his videos. Is he had done a video on the difference between female heroes. Who is this? Greg Owen. That's the channel. The difference between female heroes in books versus in Hollywood. He went and he read a lot of the female books that are out there right now.
Yeah, I know the video you're talking about. It's on my recommended feed.
Oh, you should watch it. It's a really good video.
Oh, okay.
But he talks about how in the stories, in the books, the women aren't the Mary Sues that we get on screen.
They can't be. In a book, you'd put the book down.
Yeah. The women, and I've mentioned before that I used to read a lot of Iris Johansson novels, and they're basically the same thing. There's always a woman who has something special about her. She's like either really smart or very artistically talented. There's something about her that's important. But otherwise, she's just a woman. And somehow she catches the ire of some unknown bad guy. And then a friend of hers knows a rogue guy who can come help keep her safe. And she doesn't like him at first because he's gruff and rough around the edges. But then there's a moment where there's always a moment where they have a night where everything changes. And then they fall in love and they beat the bad guy.
Yeah,
and if
he's a rogue with a heart of gold.
And if they put that on screen, women would show up to watch the movies. Because she tames the rough around the edges guy who's actually really good at heart.
Yeah, he's got a heart of gold because he may look like a biker and he has an eye patch and he's named Bo or Patch, but he's really a good guy. It's been a cliche in literature in Hollywood for generations. But no, they don't want to do that because they have a message they have to sell because we have shit writers and directors at movies now.
And in that video, he talks about a concept we've talked about many times, is that these women in Hollywood in movies, they're not women. They are men.
Yes.
In a woman's body. Like the 100-pound, 5'2" woman is taking down 6'5", clearly jacked dudes who have steroids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they do a little leg kick, and look, she beat him up.
Yeah, it's a power fantasy, as opposed to in the books, you have to have characterization.
But there's a difference between male power fantasies and female power fantasies are different. And I think this is a point he actually even makes in there. For us, the power fantasy is being the hero.
Yeah.
The female power fantasy is changing men into better people. Yeah, for love, of course, but that's it. I can fix him. There's the joke about, you seeing some chick who killed all 4 of her husbands, but she's hot, and men are like, "Ooh, I can fix him." Women, that's actually how they see things. Like, oh, he's broken, but I can fix him. He just needs the right woman to draw out the little boy inside. I can't use that because teachers. But you know what I mean.
Man inside.
I'm gonna fix him. He'll stop drinking when we get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy you met in the bar, he'll probably give all that up once he puts a ring on it.
Right.
But it is the female. I mean, how many of the Hallmark movies are that way? She helps him. The female power fantasy is about making men better people.
Yeah. Like Assassin just pointed out, very accommodating stuntmen.
Very accommodating. Very. Not only do they not, in a lot of those fights, where there's a group fight, even with men, they'll attack one at a time. With the women, they'll run up and stop and let them punch him a few times first. They're overly accommodating. This assumes, however broken he is, he can still afford the ring. That's fair enough. But it's amazing to me that, look, Hollywood, if you want to make money from women, stop trying to sell them stuff that is actually meant for men. I don't know why that's so hard.
Because there aren't allowed to be men's spaces. There are women's spaces where men are excluded, but men aren't allowed to have men-only spaces. That's the mentality. That you need to fix the men, and because they think wrong. They're broken. Well, it comes back to that whole thing of all men are just broken women. That's why you're not allowed to have masculine things. Those are negative traits we're trying to fix.
But the problem is that they then make the women into the men who are supposedly broken.
They make a caricature of the men. Yes, I agree. But that's how they think strong people act. It's a weird sort of self-loathing if you think about it.
Well, we've seen this before with women in power are called shrill. Like, no, shrill women are called shrill.
Oh, and bossy. Don't forget bossy.
Bossy. You can be a boss without being bossy. Look.
Yep.
I told everybody who came to work for me, don't make me be your boss. I'll do it if I have to. But you know what needs done. Get it taken care of. If you make me be your boss, you're not going to like me because I'm going to have to be the asshole.
Yeah.
It was amazing how many women came into Walmart management with the I'm not going to put up with any shit kind of mentality.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not a single guy that I worked for came into management that way. Some of them were still douches in many other ways. But at least every time we'd get, because our store was a training store for a while, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we'd get a new class of trainees, there was at least one woman like that. Like, I am not going to put up with any shit. And those women never lasted because they have a misunderstanding of what power and being in charge means. Real quick, let me get this. Connect, thank you. Epstein files could be a nothing burger. We have stuff that has been debunked. The letter appears fake. We will see. I think it'll mostly turn out to be a nothing burger because they're going to keep any of the important stuff hidden.
Yeah.
And there's not a smoking gun where like, hey, Jeff, well, maybe because there were that one letter in there. We'll see. I just think what it's going to turn out to be is a massive cultural loss for conservatism. Because you guys are out there telling everybody, hey, the people you can really trust are the Democrats who pushed for this. Good job, Trump.
Yeah, I think this was mishandled through the entire length of the process, and they botched the release several times now, which is pathetic. It's going to be a blight on Trump's legacy for sure. but most of what they've released is nothing. It's not any major revelations. Maybe there is some, but from what Ro Khanna was saying in an interview the other day, there's 300 terabytes of information, and they've released about 2.5.
Anyway, with that Greg Owens video, you should also watch his one on the Acolyte, because I think a major problem with this, we got to stop elevating women who grew up in a house where dad wanted a son. Because when it comes to the female power fantasy and them tacking on the male version of that, where you get the hero woman who's undefeated in everything she's ever tried. In fact, when she's done with her period, she just says, I don't want it anymore, and it stops.
Yeah.
That comes from a very specific kind of woman. There are women out there who want to be more like men. They actually do.
Lesbians.
Fair. They usually have a golf club. But those are the ones who rise up through the ranks because they do act a little bit more manly. They're not your traditional woman. And so then they get into power and they're like, this is what I want to see. But it's only you that wants to see it. Or maybe a handful of, we saw this with the Charlie's Angels movie. This is for women. Like, no, this was made for you. And since you're a woman, you just assume every other woman's going to turn out to watch it. And how'd that work out?
Yeah.
Gigi, thank you. It's like Jack said in As Good as It Gets, when writing women, I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability. Fair.
Yeah. That was probably one of the most apt responses I've ever seen in a movie. That was a little too honest. I'm surprised it didn't get cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just think you have to understand your audience. And there's a reason that we call them chick flicks. I enjoy chick flicks, but chick flicks aren't made for me. I just happen to enjoy what chick flicks are. And if I tried to make a chick flick, Jack, and I turned it into Commando, women aren't going to come watch it, even though that would be the chick flick audience. And men aren't going to come see it because it's, gay Commando. So I just don't.
It's the Bud Light of Commando.
Yeah. I don't understand how it's so hard to understand this.
I don't know. I guess they haven't lost enough money yet. I mean, they've been bleeding money for 6 years now doing this shit, and they still haven't learned.
It's not like writing just started last week,
Right?
We have literally hundreds of years of what people like to go by.
Well, I think part of it is you've got all these people that have entered the creative field that are not talented, and they've been told they're special for so long, they assume everybody thinks like them, and they hire other people like them. So they're in an insular setting, some would say an echo chamber, and they only put out that material because that's the only thing they know how to put out. That's what they want to see. That's what their friends want to see. And they assume everybody else is just like them. And they can't understand why they're getting any pushback. So when they do get a pushback, they assume that's a minority and they can ignore it.
Well, this is why I say you really should watch his Acolyte series, because he actually made 4 videos about the Acolyte. The first one breaks down the story pretty well while throwing in some stuff about, what's her name? Hedwin? I don't fucking care. Leslie, whatever.
Yeah.
The director. But parts 2, 3, and 4 are basically all about her and the things that she said, which explain why the show was so bad. And almost all of it is just women need to be seen because Headland, thank you. Women need to be seen because they're women, which is really not the best starting point for why you're going to write a story.
Well, if you assume that every character should be like what you think of when you think of a character, and that's only you, you feel unseen in your life. Because I really think a lot of this stuff comes down to self-inserts.
Oh,
whenever,
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, whenever you encounter the people behind the scenes, the characters end up looking like them, having a lot of their personality traits. That's why they take it so personal when you criticize their so-called art. So of course they're going to push that because they're insecure about themselves, probably. But it's always these self-inserts, man. It just, I really think it comes down to their hacks. They don't know what they're doing because they have no creativity, and they hire other non-creatives that think they're creative.
There's so much in there because if you watch the full series, it's, I want to say 4.5 hours long. But like Headland has written plays based on the 7 deadly sins, and I think it's the 7 deadly sins. In several of them, she just outright puts herself in it. And they've actually made movies of them. One of them was not Bridesmaid. What was it called? It came out before Bridesmaids, and it's supposed to be the same kind of comedy, except for it's just depressing because it's women who swear and treat each other like shit, and there's no payoff at the end where they, actually we love each other. It's just all sad.
Yeah.
And she said it's based on her experience of knowing women in New York. Like, maybe you should get out of New York and meet actual women.
That's why it's called 7. Oh, Jesus, dangerous. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. They have nothing to draw on but their own personal experience. They can't see through other people's eyes. They are incapable of it because if you're not creative, but you want to be creative, I'm sorry, you can't learn creativity very well. You can teach people how to write. You can't teach them how to have original ideas. And a lot of people fall back on this crutch of, I only know of my situation. And a lot of it does come from this self-esteem bullshit. So you're like, well, I'm superior to everybody around me.
Oh,
so that's why you see a lot of this stuff. You could change the window dressing and try and make it science fiction or some bullshit, but it's the same sad stuff you just described. Like, well, it's based on me and my friends because that's all they know.
Bachelorette, yes, thank you, Dangerous Bachelorette. Over on Rumble, Freedom Butterfly says, I'm a chick and chick flicks dick. I would rather watch historical C dramas. Look, I get it. But I do enjoy most chick flicks because I like the humor in good ones. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days makes me laugh every time. That movie is so cringe. And what makes it work is that woman is believable. It's a woman who's going out of her way to do all the all the mistakes that a woman makes in driving guys away, being too clingy, that kind of shit. And I know women like that. That's why a movie like that works. And whether you're a fan of them or not, that's why they work. The biggest problem Hollywood has with women right now is they really have, Jack, just been so inundated. You're right, bad writers and all that, but the reason they're that way is because these are people who grew up hearing constantly there is no difference between men and women. There are there Steel Magnolias is a great chick flick. It actually is. I watched that with my wife because it was one of her favorite movies, and I went into it like, I don't want to fucking watch this thing. That movie had me dying. That movie was funny as shit until the end, which is fucking sad and I didn't cry. I did not cry.
Sure.
I did mist up a little bit.
Like Old Yeller.
But Marvel should really make all their writers watch that, because at the saddest point of this movie is one of the funniest things that happens throughout it. Here, punch Weezer. There is a way to do that and it actually work with the story and everything, but you have to build it up. You can't just crack a joke every time something serious happens.
Oh, that's the problem, though, is you have a lot of people that can't handle emotional stress.
Yeah.
They can't handle that kind of tension or emotional buildup or the pain of losing a character. They can't handle that because we've made society so soft. All these people are pussies. Look at that Tiki or whatever the fuck his name is, did the last crappy Thor movie. That guy has no ability to handle any kind of stress. I bet he cries on set.
Keep in mind, I'm 50. You're 56. Why do we have so many 50-year-olds in our audience?
Because we're old.
Because we're old. Because we're 50. That's all right. I like people our age. Taikiki Wititi.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That sounds like the name of the totem that the Brady kids stole. And
Yes.
First. It's a real name.
No. Oh, you guys, you don't have to all give me your age right now. I was just fucking around with that. Yes, some. You're not wrong. Yeah, I just do recommend that video by Greg, and if you have the time, check out his. If you don't watch the first one, which is the longest of them, watch the other 3 about Headland, and it explains so much about what went wrong with the Acolyte. And for the most part, it was she wanted to be the one who actually created Star Wars. It's why, like the twins, that's directly stolen from Luke and Leia. They were the twins.
Yeah.
Everything about it was her stealing stuff and trying to put it in before it happens in the other canon. So it's like, no, and I actually did all that. I'm the one who introduced that to the thing. Chuck, thank you. Epstein files will be non-issue in a few months. The Epstein files are going to be a huge issue for the midterm elections. And depending on how long people are talking about it, it could end up being a major issue in 2028. You can't trust them. They wouldn't give you the files. Pay no attention to the fact we didn't do it either, which people won't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm all for making things better if you can, but as a video game player, there's so many times I've played a sequel and they've made a change that just ruins it. Like you didn't need to change that. Oh, but we had to do something different. No, you didn't. We were playing because we liked it. Gigi, thank you. Hollywood went downhill after the casting couch got put on the curb. There was no better litmus test for being a good actor writer than that. LOL. I'm going to disagree a little bit. And Chuck Lee, thank you. The economy will be an issue. It'll depend on what the economy looks like at the time.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff might fade out temporarily, but it'll be brought back up because they're going to throw everything at Trump they can in the midterms.
Yeah.
But the economy might be a serious issue. I don't know.
The economy's doing a lot better than some are saying and a little bit worse than others are saying. So I don't see the economy being a big issue right now in either of them. I see them trying to make it an issue. I just don't see it being one. Immaculate Conception was stolen from Anakin. True. Those 2 girls, those 2 twins who apparently weren't twins at first, but became, I don't fucking know how they became identical. The Anakin
Board of lesbians. Oh.
The Anakin Jesus L. Ron Hubbard's thing, yeah, was stolen by hers. Like, no, these were the first ones born out of just the Force. Which is kind of
I'd like to remind everybody that we only got Star Wars because
keep going.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We only got Star Wars because George Lucas couldn't get the rights to Flash Gordon. So Star Wars is a knockoff of Flash Gordon.
I'm okay with, inspiration being taken elsewhere and all. I mean, Star Trek is wagon train to the stars kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how they marketed it. Yeah.
Yep. What I have a problem with is Headland, sorry, trying to become the one who made it all happen in this women-centric thing. And it's very telling,
Yeah.
Jack. Like, she didn't have backgrounds for these characters. She encouraged the actors to come up with it. And
that's pathetic.
this is true about the show. Daphne, what's her name? X-23 is in the show. And there's this guy in the show too. I forget his name because none of their characters matter. But apparently he was really jealous of her. But that only happens in Daphne's mind because that's a backstory she came up with. It doesn't come through on screen at all. And if it did come up on screen, it kind of would have made sense the way they act towards each other. But it's never spelled out in there because it was all headcanon that Leslie's like, do your own thing.
Yeah,
Make
well,
that shit up.
That's why they used to have what they called a Bible. It was all the characters with their backgrounds all written out, so everybody was on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have one character's like, oh, his character's jealous of me, and his character the actor doesn't know he's supposed to be jealous of her, it comes off as weird, and she'll probably be acting like a giant bitch to him the whole time. You're like, why is this lady being a bitch to this guy? Because even the actors look confused.
Yeah, and that happened. I mean, it's very much the same with like Ghostbusters 2016, where instead of having a script, they're just like, you guys, what's supposed to happen in this scene is you're supposed to learn X. Go.
Yeah, it's turned into improv theater, and you can't make a movie that way. That's how SNL sketches work, not how movies are made. And that's why the movie is so disjointed and makes no sense.
You can't do it for very long. There's a reason that improv doesn't make, or, your scene in an improv class doesn't go for 2 hours. It goes for 5 minutes because you run out of plot. The one actor, the guy that I was just talking about, don't care about his name. He is quoted over and over again as saying that Headland, whatever fucking name is, just was so open to their input and she was the most accommodating director he ever worked for. And there's a real reason for it, Jack. She doesn't believe that anybody should really be in charge of stuff.
That's a great way to avoid accountability.
How in the ever-loving fuck do you do anything when nobody's in charge?
It's a communal effort, which means it's going to be crap.
Roger Dodger, thank you. Midterms will be a toss-up. Both sides are broken. Doesn't matter. Democrats will pick up seats in the House. They have a chance to take the House and Senate. But the party in power almost always loses seats in the midterms. And how many seats they lose will depend on whatever the controversy is at the time.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention, and I just realized this with the Acolyte, watching his video, it hit me. The most unbelievable part of that whole show. It's when Osha, the good twin who eventually turns bad, sees the little Asian guy go into the water and come out naked. And when he comes out naked, she's like, oh my God. You had a black woman impressed by an Asian guy coming out of the water. I'm going to say that again. A black woman impressed by a naked Asian guy coming out of water.
Well, she recognized it from Squid Game, right?
Different
like,
Asian guy.
Squid Game.
That's a different Asian guy.
Is it?
Darth Night Before Christmas is what I'm going to call him, because that helmet was ugly as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. That does not belong in Star Wars. That helmet is so goddamn ugly. But yeah, when I don't know why it clicked with me in that scene. I've seen that scene many times because Disparu talks about it all the time, jokes about it. But gentlemen, you've been in water before, and when you come out, how many of you want to show your schlong to a chick? That water's cold and it causes shrinkage of an Asian guy. That dude had no penis when he got out of that water. I don't care what.
That's why she was shocked.
and that black woman would not have been like, "Oh, look, tiny Asian dick shriveled up. I'm totally gonna trade sides now." Yeah.
What is that?
I didn't know they came that small. Look, all I'm looking for is for some believability. What she should have been doing is giggling at that point. I'm just saying. What? I'm Irish Italian, so fair enough. Look, unless you're coming out with a stiffy, when you come out of because he goes into the ocean, Jack. It's not like he went into a warm pool. You're coming out shriveled, and no dude wants to be showing that off.
Yeah.
But this black woman changed her allegiance from the light side.
Maybe there was a jellyfish attached.
This chick changed her allegiance from the light side to the dark side because she saw a shriveled Asian wang. There's literally no universe where that makes sense. But
I hope there's a K-pop band that forms called Shriveled Asian Wang.
Yes. In Leslie Headland's world, she was just him getting naked in front of her and going into the water and then coming out with his dick in her face was him showing vulnerability.
What?
Yeah, that's what she says. It's him opening up to her by showing her his dick. And they let this woman make a TV show.
That sounds a little rapey.
Doesn't it? Like the bad guy.
Yeah, what the hell?
The Sith Lord is showing his naked ass to her and then turns around and shows his wiener to her. And that's him just opening up. I'm gonna try that in court when I flash a nun. Like, I was just showing my
Let's try to convert her to the dark side, Your Honor.
No, seriously, it is a good watch to watch through. Like I said, you don't have to watch part 1 if you know what went on with the Acolyte and all that, but watch parts 2, 3, and 4 to see how fucking insane that woman is.
Yeah, that's most of entertainment now, though. I mean, look at all the crackpots that are writing stuff these days. My favorite example is the She-Ra crew. The people that did that She-Ra reboot, which just got taken off of, I think it was Netflix. They looked like the characters. The characters were clearly based on them, and it had all their bullshit attached. But they're all fucking lunatics.
Yeah. Stop inserting yourselves into stories. If you can't do anything else, then stop. Just stop. Go work at Starbucks or something. Stop ruining entertainment. Like a male feminist. It should be noted as we're talking about this that Headland worked very, 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 very closely with Harvey Weinstein. So showing your dick to get a woman on your side, I guess, kind of makes sense.
Yeah. It's very odd.
If you watch this show, you are technically, what did I say? A Frankist? That's true. That is, if you're on my side, I would say. Oh, thank you so much. Dangerous just put the playlist for Greg Owens's videos on that in the chat there.
Oh, thank you, Dangerous.
She was his personal assistant. Yeah, she was his fucking Ghislaine Maxwell. And no, I'm not going to call her Ghislaine. She was his Ghislaine.
Yeah.
Because when I'm watching it, I had forgotten that he'd mentioned it several times already, but I'd forgotten the Harvey Weinstein part. And just thinking of that scene, it was him. He showed his wang to her because it was him opening up and being vulnerable. And like, we are post #MeToo. How in the fuck did that make it into a Hollywood? Oh, right. She worked for fucking Weinstein. I mean, these are people who a guy misreading the clues and tries to kiss some woman like he tried to rape her. But the literal evil Sith Lord showing his dick to a chick is like, that's him just being vulnerable.
Well, to a woman, to most women, I would say, getting naked in front of somebody is a sign of vulnerability.
Sure.
Men will do that for literal pennies. For a cup of ice cream, like a shot glass of ice cream, somebody will be like, "You want some of my ice cream? I'll give you a spoonful." If you whip your dick out in front of that chick, they'll be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
It's a misunderstanding of vulnerability.
Yeah, there's a reason we have the term dick pic, but there's not the term puss pic.
Yeah.
Because guys are like, yeah, I'll send a pic of my dick. And women are like, no, thanks. You're right about that. That's actually a really good point I hadn't thought of. Plaid and Ammo, thank you so very much. Merry Christmas, Monk, Jack, and chat. I had Christmas early this year. I'm cancer-free and done with chemo. Bro.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
That is fucking awesome. Congrats. Absolutely. Thank you for the donation, but man, congratulations. That's awesome. Titty pic though, even those, I mean, but even titty pic was guys. Titty pic was guys asking for it more than them actually getting it. Because it's the guy thing. They're like, I want to see you naked. And the woman like, I don't really want to. I want to show you me naked.
Bob's and Vagine.
There are women who've been married to the same guy for 20 years. And the guy's never said anything negative about her at all. Who, if he sees her naked, she's nervous about it because I'm being judged. And he's just like, turn a little bit so I can see the puss. Men and women we view naked very differently.
Yeah.
Because women are like, oh my God, he's looking at my thighs. And we're like, no, we're looking at where they connect. We don't care about the thigh. Unless, we're kissing our way up to where they connect.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he was being vulnerable. He showed his wiener. This Christmas, I'm going to be very vulnerable to my wife. I'm just going to flash her my dick over and over again till she understands how vulnerable I am, Jack. I'm just going to keep doing it without.
Like, I'm just showing vulnerability. Then why do you have a bow stuck to your belly button?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell her why I'm doing it. I'm just going to keep doing it until she asks me why. I'm like, I was trying to open up to you. Why are you being so cruel right now? Look at it. Yeah. Asian dude coming out of the water and press the black
just
chick.
Wear a bathrobe around it.
Yes.
Just wear a bathrobe around and throw it off randomly. Throw your head back like, look at me. But don't actually say anything.
Just for the record, probably no show tomorrow because it is Christmas Day. If I get some decent sleep, maybe. We'll see what happens with that. But I do want to say to everybody, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Whether you're a Jew, a Muslim, a Buddhist, an atheist, I don't give a shit what you are. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and you embrace the time of peace and love, at least for a little bit in your day. Enjoy it. It's the one time a year where we try to be nice to each other. And and I hope you get all the things you want. Thank you for coming and joining us. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so very kind. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll drop a link to something. As always, thank you so much for the tips. You guys are awesome. Greatly appreciate all the support you give us. Thanks for coming out and watching. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, a Super Saturnalia, a fantastic Festivus, whatever it is you celebrate, and spend some time with people you care about.
And that's it. We're just wrapping up on that. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Or the hot Asians buffet. Always glad to be here.
Guys, take care of yourselves. We love you. Merry Christmas. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
I'm dreaming of a vagina for Christmas.